There we go. How is everybody doing? Hope you are all doing well. I know I am. So, we have an ESPEON outbreak today, which I am very, very happy we actually have. Because ESPEON is an annoying Pokemon to get, like the rest of the EEVEE family. So, this is very good for me. And Pepper and Burger. Sweet, sweet. There we go. But yeah, we finally have an ESPEON outbreak. So, I can start working on the EEVEE family. Hello, Roost. How are you doing? Welcome in, Creepypasta Lady. Welcome in, Roost. Welcome in, everybody. So yes, we're looking for psychic types today. I hope I can get the thing today, because I would like to get at least one of the EEVEE family complete today. If we end up getting the ESPEON, we are gonna go move back to our Masuda hunt for Oshawa. So that's pretty much the plan for today, which hopefully it goes well. Other than that, how have you guys been doing? How have you guys been doing? The good thing is that ESPEON is a very, very obvious shiny. So much that bright, freaking like a neon green. What's with the screaming, Casual? What is with the screaming? And also, how are you doing, Sir Nobody? Casual, what is with the screaming? Why are you screaming? Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I accidentally defeated my Pokemon. The Scarlet save. Let's go complete. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. Also, yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a shiny Krogunk. I got one of those earlier today when I was setting up the ESPEON shiny hunt. So that's one shiny. That's a one shiny reaction you guys are gonna get to see in a few days, most likely, when we got that shiny full odds, which by the way, which is great. So let's get looking for, as I don't remember which one of Landon's viewers says this, but let's get looking for a Shrexpeon. Oh wait, right, you're exclusively a daytime spawn ESPEON because you're a shoe. You are a complete shoe ESPEON, and you only appear during the day. I'm stupid. Well, I mean, until the ESPEONs start appearing, we will be just looking for these Slowpoke. Again, I think that is the dumbest thing, that you can have daytime-dependent Pokemon as outbreaks. Makes no sense. But, what the heck? Yeah, it's like, why are freaking daytime-dependent spawns able to be outbreaks? Like, it makes less sense when the icon is still there and they don't say, yeah, this is daytime-dependent. Is what new? Is what new? Slowpoke shiny looks basically identical. It's essentially the exact same thing. It's slightly different. But Slowpoke's shiny, we're gonna do Masuda hunting. Hello, Magalar Gaming. There's Shrexpeon. There's the first one. Alright, there we go. ESPEON is back. Yeah, it's daytime dependent. They only appear during the day, I'm pretty sure. The good thing is that ESPEON's shiny is very, very green. So it should be a very, very simple spot. Hello there, Raphael Plays. How are you doing? And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Welcome in, Magalar Gaming. Topical, as we are actually presently doing a Let's Play of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So, your game, Magalar. No, it's not new. Oh, I was gonna ask what was new. What do you mean by what is new? Kind of was confused on that. But yeah, no, we are, everything is the same as usual. But yeah, we're just continuing our shiny living decks, where hopefully we can get the ESPEON today. I just hope that we can get it today, because again, it's an annoying shiny hunt. Like the rest of the EEVEE family, but it's just a little more annoying than the others, because again, it's exclusively a daytime spawn. So pretty much this is the goal. We are going to be shiny hunting ESPEON here. when it is nighttime, because we cannot do encounters for ESPEON during the nighttime, we are going to just be doing some egg hatches of Oshawott, you know, during that whole thing. So we make the best use of time. I'm doing well, Jays. Also, one of the mods, please go grab Jay's link. How are you guys all doing? It would be great if I could get another freaking shiny Krogunk here. That'd be nice. Oh, yeah, no. I've been doing a lot of Ho-Oh Dynamax Adventure shiny hunts off-screen, Chikorita. I've been pretty much doing 20 of them a day. Because they're not really that long. It's like, Dynamax Adventure solo are extremely, extremely fast. So I don't really mind them. But I don't think anything is going to go nearly as bad as shiny Ho-Oh that hunt has. Because that hunt sucked. Like, that hunt is a nightmare. But yeah, no, Slowpoke is going to be a shiny that I'm going to hunt via Masuda method for a few reasons. One is that Slowpoke and Slowbro are very, very good on Trick Room teams, and I would rather have a zero speed version of them. Second part is that one, it's just kind of hard to spot them, you know, with their shiny in the overworld. So it's convenience sake, really, is what it is. But Espeon is annoying to get because, again, it's strictly a daytime occurring spawn, and you can only hunt it every pretty much 33 minutes. And we're not really getting too many encounters every time we actually pass by it, because it's a small spawn area. Ho-Oh is indeed a shoe. Ho-Oh is the entire... It's a fake pair of Air Jordans. We have well established Ho-Oh's fake pair of Air Jordan status. If you can get like a good amount of the Espeon to spawn in, it's pretty easy. It's pretty good. It's pretty good hunting. Yeah, we can't really set up a picnic here because it's not. Okay, apparently we can set up a picnic here. I just don't prefer the bulk. I prefer damage legendaries. I would rather my legendaries do out damage than just basically sit there and do nothing. That's kind of my stance on things. I mean, plus, as was shown in Week 5 of the Elite Battle League, Stealth Rocks destroys Lugia. I mean, it's more so to do with, like, Lugia's generalized stat line, that it's a fast, mixed wall. Which, mixed tank, I guess. Which, it's interesting, but it kind of is undermined by the fact that it has a very large number of weaknesses. And that's kind of the issue, is that what it is trying to be and what it is, I feel kind of conflict with one another. That, you know, if you want, you know, psychic types are generally good for offense. They have a lot of good offensive moves, you know, good moon pool, move pool. But Lugia's very, very low offensive stat line doesn't really lend itself to that kind of... See, Cresselia is a little different. Cresselia is not... Cresselia has lower stats in terms of speed, but it's like decently-ish fast, but it has a much better effective bulk stat line, so it's better at taking hits as well as it just has a better typing in general. You know, pure Psychic is much better defensively than Psychic Flying. Because the other part is it's not weak to Stealth Rocks. So that's a big help for it. Because you never realize that, yeah, Flying tacks on a weakness to Electric, a weakness to Ice, a weakness to Rock. It only removes the weakness to Bug, which isn't really that big of a weakness to remove. You know, whereas when you have, you know, of course, just Psychic as it is, it preserves a much better defensive profile. One. The Queen of Stall. I was gonna say that probably would fall to Blissey, but I guess you could also be right on that. I have seen a few offensive Cresselia builds. A few offensive Cresselia builds, but those are like also draft leagues where you can more accurately see, yeah, this is what the opponent's gonna have, these are the big threats. I can just set up Calm Mind and just like Cresselia sweep. God, freaking Freaking doubles weakness policy stored power Cresselia is a nightmare and a half I never want to deal with again. I love my Sylvie Building Dragon. Alright, let's get back to shiny hunting the ESPEON. I just hope this thing sparkles today. Like, I would love to get the ESPEON shiny, to get another shiny of the EEVEE family knocked out of that list, because we have to hunt Umbreon, ESPEON, Jolteon, Flareon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon, and EEVEE. So we need to get all of them. We already have a Vaporeon, because we got a Vaporeon outbreak, and then while hunting for a second Iron Valiant, I got myself a second shiny Vaporeon. Full odds, by the way. Full odds Masuda hunt. Full odds shiny Charm hunt. And that was not happy. But it's gonna get traded away again for the shiny giveaway. So I just need to get the others. Picnic. It's fun, nightmare. It's fun to use. Exactly, casual. That is the exact way to describe it. It's fun to use. A nightmare to fight. I don't want to fight it again. I've actually never used a setup combined sweeper crest, but I have respect for those who can pull it off. Because it's not an easy thing to pull off. Which is why, again, it shows, like, the skill to use to properly execute the Cresselia build. You need proper support for it. Like, obviously, you can't do it alone. One of my favorites, though, I think it was, like, the Pitaya Berry. It was, like, fling Pitaya or fling Salac into a weakness policy crest. And then it's just like, yeah, no, that's terrifying. I don't want to deal with that again. But again, that's, you use Fake Out, you use Follow Me, it just completely destroys that entire thing. But you need to know it's coming. And if you don't know it's coming, you just get Moonduck wrecked. You know, they call it a Moonduck because your goose is going to be cooked. I just thought of that right now, and I am not. I'm vaguely proud of that stupid joke. Slightly proud of it. I like how if you just make it down the slight slope like this, you can get a picnic. Makes no sense, but it's fun. All right, let's get a little bit of sparkle hunting. I hope we get some sparkles today. Again, I would like to get the shiny ESPEON. Nice. Shiny Fuecoco. We do love the shiny Croco here. It is very good, shiny Croco. Yeah, Skeledirge. It took some time for Skeledirge to grow on me. But it did. And I love it. Moses was like, you know, Fuecoco, good and round. Crocolore, good and round. Skeledirge was a bit too angular for me at first. Like, again, it's like, you know, flat side, very angular looking. Like, it looked a bit weird to me at first, but it grew on me. It's like, you know what, it actually looks really nice. The more time went on, the more it was like, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. But yeah, there's gonna be a few shiny reactions going up in a few days. One of which was a shiny I got in Dynamax Adventures last night while hunting for Ho-Oh, because yes, we are at 560 Ho-Oh Dynamax Adventures. Still no sparkles from the Ho-Oh. We've got shiny other stuff, but you guys are going to see that reaction in a few days. And I'm really, really hoping I just get Ho-Oh quickly, because, like, this is kind of the slight hope I have when it comes to the Ho-Oh DAs, is I can get Jolteon and I can get Flareon in there. So I could potentially get a shiny of 2 other members of the EEVEE family, which are annoying to get. But at the same time, I just want shiny Ho-Oh to be finished. Random shiny Lilio. Nice! Nice with a random. It's always satisfying to get a random shiny. Delightful. So we cannot wait to see if you get it or not. I'm probably not gonna get it, like, today. I like the Espeon at least, because, like, Espeon's just being a shoe. Espeon is doing shoe things. Picnic. So we have been, like, we're about halfway through our sandwich. I don't think that we're going to get it on this one, because just, we're not getting the same number of encounters that we are with the usual Sparkle Power sandwiches. Because with Sparkle Power sandwiches, we're generally hitting, you know, we're hitting 13 encounters a minute. Right? 13 encounters a minute? And we're just not hitting that number of ESPEON encounters per minute with this. Because, yeah, 30 minutes. Wait, is my math wrong on that? So, no, it's... Come on. It's up 683. Yeah, 683 encounter. 683 divided by 30. 23. No, 23 a minute. Okay, so 23 a minute. That's what it is. Okay. Yes, 23 encounters a minute is what we need to be hitting. And we're hitting nowhere near that. Hey, we're getting raided! Welcome in, Johannes. Welcome in, Riri. Welcome in, Starfall Colors. The name that's backwards, Mrs. Stockhorn. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in for the Shiny Umbreon raid. Topical, considering what we are hunting is Shiny Espeon Day. Where is Shiny Umbreon themselves? There's Shining Umbreon. Thank you very much for that raid. If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But how are you doing, Shining Umbreon? Hope you're doing well. What were you streaming? How did it go? And can one of the mods please go grab Shining Umbreon's link? Thank you very much for that. Don't you, mod? Oh, I understand 100% here, Starfall. I am a very big battler of the competitive scene myself, so I understand 110%, like, the focus and dedication for that. Presently, I'm actually preparing for the Elite Battle League, my semi-final match with the one and only Sly Guy, and, like, every single time that, like, I'm just not on, if I'm not streaming, if I'm not recording or I'm not editing, I am basically just, like, running the numbers for preparing for my matchup against Sly, because he has two things that scare the crap out of me. Zygarde Complete Form and Kyogre. So I'm just like, panic. Lots and lots of panic right now. And it's like, I understand 100% like how it is with things. Because I will lurk in people's streams as well. I'm like, you know, hi, still here. Like every, like, you know, 5 or so minutes, just like, you know, commenting as I'm just crunching a whole bunch of numbers. Doing well. Hunting unknowns. We got B-O question mark A. Failed the W. No! No, you failed the W! That stupid W. W, why did you have to be a shoe? All the man wanted was to get a W. And you denied that. Honestly, the fact that you're hunting, like, the shiny of the entire Unknown family is crazy, and I respect the hell out of that. I'm just gonna go for one. Like, I am... For me, I'm not going for, like, a shiny living form deck, so it's like, I'm not gonna get shiny Paldean Tauros, shiny Blaze Breed Tauros, shiny Aquatic Breed Tauros, and shiny Cantonian Tauros. I'll get one shiny Paldean Tauros, and one shiny Cantonian Tauros, which I already have one of each. I already have the Paldean one, and I already have a Cantonian. So I'm not going for all of them, because that would just drive me crazy. I'm not going for, like, shiny all Tatsugiri forms, because that would just drive me crazy. But welcome in, Zara. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hey! Galactic Admin Ariana, how you doing? There we go. Finally, we set up a picnic. The L on the W. I was trying to stay away from that joke, Shining. I'm glad that you made it for me, because I was like, I don't want to say that joke. It's too low of a blow. That sounds dickish to say, but I'm glad that you said it. Yeah, sometimes the unknown just be a bit of a shoe. Shiny, get in a box full of shinies and fill them out. Yeah, I've got several boxes full of shinies so far. Like, we actually have so many shinies at this point that I've gotten duplicates of that we're actually doing a shiny giveaway in like a week or two. Where I have I think at this point maybe 45 shinies that are spares, because like, as in like spares in the sense of I already have this Fim. So like say I have, you know, a shiny Ghastly. I do have a shiny Ghastly. I got, you know, 3 shiny Ghastly. Then I found a 4th shiny Ghastly. The 4th shiny Ghastly is the one that's going for the giveaway. I have like 2 extra shiny Venomoth that I got. I have like 2 extra shiny Iron Moth, 2 extra shiny Iron Jugulus, and like so on and so on and such, where I've just naturally accumulated a large supply of extra shinies. Like, I don't need them, so I'm gonna give them away to people who like could probably give them a better home than I could. Oh yeah, casual. Like, for context, Sly Guy and his San Antonio Espers this season of the Elite Battle League are presently undefeated. The worst matchup he has had so far is, it was a 4-6. It was a 2-6. So basically, he lost 2 Pokemon, and his opponent lost all 6 of theirs. Yes, at his worst, he's only lost 2 Pokemon in a game. Keep in mind, I've lost 1 game. So, to say that Sly is the more favorable one to win is an understatement. So, I'm a little worried about what he's going to do with that Zygarde. When I'm online, I'll probably give Fluttermane. I love Fluttermane. I finally brought my shiny Fluttermane and my shiny Roaring Moon into this game because like, I love those. And I also, like, I'm using them on my competitive team. But I'm so glad I finally got them brought over here, because they just... shiny Fluttermane and shiny Room. Those who don't know, the first Pokemon I ever saw was Salamence. So, like, Roaring Moon, because it's, like, prehistoric Salamence monster, does hold a bit of a special place in my heart. And I'm very happy I got that one. I'm glad I didn't go 23 phases on it, like Newfie did. Because I don't think my heart could have taken that. But I'm very happy that we got probably Fluttermane meta. Hold the $600 Umbreon VMAX. Nice, Darth Revan. Very nice. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wish I could kind of do like Pokemon card stuff again. Is getting those rare cards is super satisfying. But one of my friends, like I have a lot of friends who they do like TCG competitively. They have said it's really not worth it to do TCG and go and buy boxes. You really just like buy the individual cards off of like websites. And it's like I would never have the ability to have the budget to keep doing that. Which is why I just stick to VGC. Exactly. Mungo Rar. We all love Mungo Rar. Oh my god! Oh, I didn't even realize you were here, Navy! How are you doing, Navy? First Pokemon I ever saw was like, really, Rayquaza? That's a heck of a one to see. That is a heck of a first Pokemon to see. How you doing, Navy? Someone please go grab Navy's link. How you doing? But yeah, it's like, that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, I really love this series so much, is everyone has, like, a unique story behind, like, you know, this particular Pokemon. It's one of the reasons why whenever I see, like, you know, the anime, or, like, you know, well, the anime in particular, like, pushing a very specific Pokemon, like, this is the Pokemon from this gen that you guys are gonna like. And we have decided this is the one you're gonna be like. That is the only thing that Pokemon does that annoys me to no end. Because, like, one of the things that makes the series so unique is the individual experience everybody has with, you know, their individual, like, times playing and the individual reasons why they love every single Pokemon that they do. And, like, corporatizing that, I feel really takes away, you know, from that kind of thing between people, where it's like, you know, no, we're deciding this is the one you're gonna like, and you're gonna like it because we're gonna make this thing the awesome one. Like, that takes so much away from it. Because then it just reduces everyone's experience to being the exact same. It's no longer unique. Which means, like, always the uniqueness is the important part. No, you're talking to a guy who's like favorite Pokemon are some of the best there are competitively, but like I have a unique explanation for like why I like all of them. Like Metagross was like one of the first Pokemon I ever saw. Salamence was the first Pokemon I ever saw. Togekiss. I just love annoying people with flinch hacks. There's something that just amuses me to no end. Like, yeah, Air Slash, Air Slash, Air Slash, Air Slash, Air Slash. I don't win because I outthink you. I just win because I get lucky using a 60% chance of obsoleting your turn. And just winning purely when I shouldn't is just amusing. Team opening packs is fun. You just got a single card. Cool. That's fun. Yeah, but you gotta remember, Revan, these are people who, like, they will build decks and they go to competitions with these decks. They're not necessarily, like, opening packs to, you know, like, collect everything. They're buying the individual cards because they're building a competitive deck to play against other people and win at competitions. You know, again, that's like the other thing about Pokemon that I really love, is there are so many different ways to enjoy this. Like, there's people like they just like collecting stuff. You know, there's people like they love shiny hunting. Me, I'm more of a competitive battler, but I can appreciate and I can enjoy shiny hunting. So it's like, again, there's so many sides to the entire series. Which is why when they try to like corporatize everything, it like really takes away from that. And now this is me, stepping off of the soapbox, and let's getting back to shiny hunting. But yeah, I'm hoping we get the ESPEON today. And it also goes Quack. Yes, everything is a duck. Every single Pokemon is a duck casual. I love Roaring Moon. I love that thing. It's so great. What is this for Generation 9? Because if you're looking for a good ground type, I would recommend Garchomp. Pretty much one of the... Well, it depends on, do you need it defensively or do you need it offensively? Because defensively, I would say if you want one, Gastrodon might be the best one to go with. Because, I mean, I'm very fond of using Gastrodon. I love the redirection with Storm Drain. But if you want an offensive one, I recommend Garchomp. Because, I mean, it's Garchomp. It's one of the best there is competitively. It's terrifying. I love it. Is it for, like, for VGC? Is it VGC? Is it singles? Is it Smogon? Like, what's the format? Because that also kind of depends, like, what would be good. Because I know a lot of people in VGC, like, if they want a good ground type, they've been going with Great Tusk, Photosynthesis, Great Tusk. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the inverse of that, Noify. I'm a competitive person first and foremost, but I've been, you know, enjoying shiny hunting because, you know, it's something else to do. Because this is one of those things about competitive that, like, people who probably don't do competitive may not, like, fully understand is you will get competitive burnout after a while. You know, and something like shiny hunting that, you know, because with competitive, a lot of it is, like, you predict the opponent, and there's, like, certain beats, certain patterns, and certain templates that teams will eventually start following. But when it's shiny hunting, it's just complete randomness. You never know, something could go fast. Like, you know, yesterday, how we had the shiny Easter hunt, where we got back-to-back 2 Jigglypuff shinies in the span of, like, you know, the first 10 minutes of the sandwich. After, you know, however many days of just never getting one. And then it's, you know, like, Carcadet, where 10 sandwiches, no shiny, and then we got 2 of them on a single sandwich. But then again, that was an off-screen one. You know, shiny Ho-Oh, 5 times over odds. 5.5 times over odds. Dynamax Adventures. My insanity is slowly creeping into my brain. I just realized something to fight ground types. Not ground. Fight ground types, not ground types. I would recommend. Format. Is this doubles or singles? Because if it is doubles, I have a very hard time recommending something. Because, like, I would say, yo, Gyarados, but Gyarados gets redirected by Gastrodon, and Gastrodon's just a bit of an issue. Singles, okay. What is your team so far? Yeah, like, I have a very love-hate relationship with Terra Raids myself, Starfall Colors, because on the one hand, I can appreciate the changes they made for the Terra Raids, because You know, playing Dynamax Adventures again, you know, for the first time in, like, maybe a year on a large scale, I'm remembering how terrible they were in terms of, oh yeah, AI gets like 2 to 3 moves every single turn. Which, stupid obnoxious. But at the same time, like, I did like how, yeah, it's turn-based, it isn't, you know, real-time, so, like, you can plan things out a little more, especially if you're doing it solo. You know, you can just turn animations off, which was great. Yeah, because that's the way that I've been doing the Dynamax raids for Ho-Oh, is I just go in, I turn animations off, and it takes like 5 minutes to chug through Dynamax Adventure. Depending on, like, the thing. If we get a bad pathing, I actually just KO the NPC allies. Specifically because, like, okay, we have no rock types. We're not going to beat Ho-Oh. There's no point in going to fight Ho-Oh, losing and wasting our time. I'm just going to KO my allies. I hate how the 6+ raids get moves. To be fair, Dynamax Adventure raids, and well, Dynamax raids as well back in Sword and Shield, also had more than 4 moves. So that's actually something that Dynamax raids also had. But I do agree. It's really dumb. Hello, Cinderace, Rowlet, and Marcus. Welcome in. It has been indeed a very, very long time. Hope you're doing very well. We got a minute and a half left on this ESPEON sandwich. Probably not going to get too many more passes. Yeah, they had more than 4 moves. Because I remember when... I forget what Pokemon I was doing Dynamax Adventures for. We counted the moves it got, and there was one move it was using that when we eventually caught it, it didn't have in its moveset. So they do actually have more than 4 moves even back then. The thing is, it was a little harder to notice because, like, well, records were not really as thoroughly kept, but also with the use of max moves, you know, say Zygarde had, like, you know, 2 different ground type moves. Well, if it used a max ground move, you don't know if it's using, like, max 1,000 waves or max 1,000 arrows. You didn't really know which one it could be. There's all my herbs and mist I need. Yeah, I needed to get Vaporeon. I kept spamming on right now. Yeah, if you're going against a Vaporeon, one thing I recommend is if you can get a Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is hands down one of the best Terra Raid support Pokemon there are because it gets both screens, you know, both Light Screen and Reflect. It gets Misty Terrain, which, those who don't know, Misty Terrain prevents Pokemon that are on the ground from actually being afflicted with status conditions, meaning, you know, they can't be put to sleep, they can't be paralyzed, they can't be burnt. And it gets Spirit Break, which will, every single time you use Spirit Break and Spirit Break connects, it will drop the target's special attack 1 stage. So it gives long-term survivability to things. I freaking love Grimmsnarl. To support Grimmsnarl in Terra Raids is just one of the best Pokemon there is in general. It's terrifying and good, and I love it. But it's also super obnoxious, competitively speaking, because it's freaking Grimmsnarl. To be fair, it's kind of one of the abstract things that, like, I kind of do. I think about a lot of stuff like that because I always go out of my way to, like, optimize things to the nth degree. I kind of think about things a lot harder than you're really supposed to think about them. Alright, well, there was no shiny there, so we're just going to reset the thing to preserve our Urban Mystica stockpile, reboot the game, and now we're going to go switch over to shiny hunting Oshawott eggs. Because, for those who don't know, it preserves your time of day when you turn the game off and turn it back on, even if you save. Even if you don't save the time of day in game. So Espeon only spawns during the day, so there's no point in us going for an Espeon shiny hunt when there's no Espeon to spawn. So we might as well just go hatch some eggs for Oshawott, because Oshawott's over odds, and we still need 3 of these things. Boxes. Alright, so Hydreigon, you're moving over here. Skeleters. Hello, Skeleters. Favorite start of the game. It's just, I love it. It's amusing. Really, only 2 boxes left of eggs. Thought I had more than that. Well, I mean, we'll find some more stuff. I swear, if I freaking find an Espeon here right as I'm going through it, I will defenestrate my controller. No, defenestrate means to throw something out of a window. And yes, it is a word that I enjoy using because it's just fun. I'm gonna make my team in Showdown and practically. Yeah, that's what I do as well when it comes to things. I build stuff in Showdown, the Showdown team builder, just to like, okay, visualize the team, look at all the stats, see if everything looks good, then go build it in-game. It's kind of what I do when I come, because that's what I do for the Elite Battle League, which, if you guys haven't done so, highly recommend you check out the Elite Battle League on the channel. Go to playlists, actually do exclamation point playlists. That'll bring up the entire page of all of our playlists. Go to EBL Season 6. I think you guys will not be disappointed with the performance of that, because it's kind of awesome watching. If I do say so myself, as the battler in charge of the New York Batangs. Made it into semifinals. Hopefully we're going to beat Sly Guy and his undefeated team. And make our way into the finals and hopefully beat Lonely Hermit for the championship title. Okay, no shiny. But yeah, I build everything in Showdown as in, like, visualize the stats, make sure, okay, everything's where I need it to be, this looks good, run some simulations on the damage calculators, do some scrims with a few friends on those, on Showdown, and then, okay, everything looks good, let's build the thing in game. Also, I just realized I never updated this from yesterday. This should have been 630 because every time I have a box, it's a multiples of 10. No, not almost. Every box is multiples of 30. I am extremely OCD about keeping my counter boxes in boxes of 30 specifically for reasons like that. Where if I forget to update the thing, I can just do, wait, this is not supposed to end with a 5, this is supposed to end with a 0, and it's supposed to be divisible by 30, because I always do them in batches of 30. There we go. Ashwat. And we also do a little bit of shiny hunting as we're hatching Masuda eggs. You know, we look around for some shinies. We found probably a good, like, 15 or 16 shinies in total, just from, like, wandering around shiny hunting. This is what Masuda hunting always wanted to be, but it never could have been because of the old encounter system. You know, I like the old encounter system. I just think that it was a bit too held behind by some limitations. Granted, I really, really do hope that I wish they went back to loading zones, though. Like, that's kind of like my only issue with the game is the lack of loading zones. Because it does lead to a little bit of slowdown here and there and something. But other than that, I enjoy everything. Wait. Hey, we're getting raided by Foos! Welcome in, Foos Rodab. Welcome in, MLG Pig 74. Hello, the rest of the raiders. Can someone please go grab Foos's link? How did your shiny hunt for the Regigigas go? And if you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our Soul Link battle partner from last year. How was the hunt going? We're doing pretty good. We're shiny hunting Espeon, but since the sun is going to be setting soon in game, all the Espeon just despawn because Espeon is a daytime locked spawn. It only appears during the day. So when it's, you know, sunset tonight, no Espeon appear. So we're basically just hatching our Oshawott eggs until that changeover happens again. But everything's doing very well over here, Foos. Planning for our match with the EBL Sly Guy. Also, Foos, did you watch Week 5? Did you watch the Week 5 battle of the EBL? Also, Week 6, where I pulled off that explosion shenanigan. Good to hear that King Boy is being a shoe. I mean, I know a thing or two about legendaries and raids being shoes. 560 Dynamax adventures for Ho-Oh, and still no shiny. Because, yeah, pretty much what I've been doing off-screen is I will, like, knock out, like, 20 or so DAs every single day. Maybe more. Just, like, when I'm doing nothing else. And it's slowly progressing. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what your reaction to that is. Like, I just love how I just say that because, like, you devil. Like, yes, I did. I pulled off Explosion shenanigans in EVL. I have successfully pulled off Explosion, and I have successfully pulled off Trick Room in singles. I feel accomplished. I love it. I love the EVL. It's so entertaining. On the other hand, what's not entertaining is Ho-Oh continuously being a shoe. The only good thing about the Ho-Oh being a shoe is it gives me a good amount of time to, like, edit stuff. Because the Ho-Oh Dynamax adventures are extremely just, like, simple and brainless to go do, which is like, okay, just click rock move. And if we have a good pathing, okay, we keep going. If we don't, I KO my allies and I KO the NPC allies. Because I do them solo with animations off because they can blow through them in about, like, maybe 10 minutes. We need to plan another series, perhaps indeed, Foos. Perhaps, over the summer. Maybe versus, possibly. Indeed, possibly. But yeah, doing the Ho-Oh raids is actually, like, good for, like, damage calculating for the EVL matches, good for editing other videos, because while I was doing, you know, my set of 20 Dynamax adventures today, I finished editing my Splatoon 3 final episode. Well, Splatoon 3 final main story episode. I still have probably half of the other levels to go and do. But, you know, I worked through that. I did a lot of my prepping for my battle against Sly. Started working on the Ghost Typhlosion raid guide. And hello, Ash. How are you doing? Someone please go grab Ash's link. Also, did someone grab Foos's link? Could someone please go grab Foos's link? I don't think any of the mods grabbed Foos's link. But yeah, it's like, the Ho-Oh raids are very... It's alright, Starfall. Thank you very much for popping in. Have a good day. Again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. There we go. Eggs are finished hatching. 640. Thank you, Foos! The raids are about the raider. They are about the raider as much as the raidee, Foos. Many thank yous. Oh, it's a Flaffy, that's what it was. Hey, you guys are the ones that help the channel stay alive. Like, you guys don't realize it, but you guys were the reason the channel stayed alive when I had to go back to college for the last, like 4 months. Like, actually, like, around this time. Like, yeah, this time last year, when I was still back at college, it was because of you guys that, like, this channel still stayed alive. Because, like, if it wasn't for that, this channel would probably not have taken off as well as it did. So, like, it is thanks to you guys that we were able to get this far. So I always like repaying that. Why does the guy trying to spend 8 months? No, for 8 months. I mean, it says member for 8 months. I think that happens when anytime the members get refreshed. It's very weird. Members are weird. I don't even know who I am. I mean, I'd lose my own head if it wasn't attached at my neck. So I feel right there with you, B. What's about? Play water time. Isn't there only one? I mean, when you say like best in Gen 9, do you mean like that was newly added to Gen 9, or like in the entire game, including old Gen stuff? Because if you mean like new stuff, I'm pretty sure Veluza is the only psychic water type that was added in this gen. But if you mean, like, of all of them, between Veluza, Slowpoke, Slowbro, it's a bit of a hard toss-up because you're kind of comparing apples and oranges with them. Yeah, we almost got to 2K. Like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Brock. I always forget Brock Shish exists. Okay, I mean all of them. I'd have a hard time picking a single one, because, like, they all do very, very, very different things. You know, it's comparing, like, apples and oranges. They're very different to compare. I'm starving, Lark, and grab. Okay, Foos, grab some food, Rodab. Thank you for the thingy, Foos. Grab some food, Rodab. Yeah, I would say probably Slowbro or Slowking in the grander scheme of things, because Veluda's a glass cannon that can't really cannon, and Bruxish is, like, a lot of the same. Whereas the slow dudes are, like, very solidly decent Trick Room Pokemon. Solidly decent Trick Room, you know. Not great. There are better Trick Room, like, they're better Trick Room setters and better Trick Room users, but I would say they do have a little bit of an edge. Hello, Reggie Lucky, Reggie Drago, how you doing? Nice! Post-game version of what? Love. Black and White, amazing post-game. Then again, just Black and White as just a whole is a great game. If you can, I recommend you play Pokemon Black and White version. They are delightful. They are chef's kiss masterpieces. Boxes. And we're slowly working through everything. But yeah, next, this weekend, we're going to have the Ghost Typhlosion Terror raids. I've been working on my counter guide for them, and thankfully, it's actually looking fairly easy for these Typhlosion raids. Because, like, the thing about Typhlosion is Typhlosion's move pool isn't the greatest in terms of, like, coverage options. The problem is, a lot of its coverage options that it does get, despite how limited they are, pretty much let it deal with most of the dark types in the game, because it's, of course, a ghost type. You're going to want to use either ghost or dark against it, but you don't want to use ghost against it, because it's going to have a ghost type move, Shadow Claw or Shadow Ball, which threaten ghost types, so you're going to stick with dark types. Problem. It gets, like, the fighting moves, you know, low kick, brick break, double kick, all of which, like, threaten all of the good dark types. Because Ace Trainer and Owl were, like, brainwaving, and we came to the idea of Houndoom. You know, Houndoom, you know, good. Glass Cannon, gets Dark Move, gets Nasty Plot, can do some solid stuff. Problem, physical defense is non-existent, and it gets obliterated by fighting moves. Or ground moves, because, Typhlosion does get Bulldoze. But, like, it was a little... Typhlosion is looking a little scary. Because all of these raid boss Pokemon have had a spread move as an attack, you know, with, Decidueye, it was Air Cutter. With Samurott, it was Bulldoze. And Typhlosion gets a good number of spread moves. It gets Lava Plume, it gets Heat Wave, it gets Bulldoze, but most terrifying of all, it gets Eruption. Which, for those who don't know, Eruption is a 150 base power special fire-type move that is at maximum power when the user is at full health. And because of the way Terra Raids work, it is going to basically be at 150 power, regardless of where its health bar's at. And that's a spread move that hits everyone. Which is a little scary. No Starfall. I actually like doing a lot of the same thing. You'll notice when I do my EBL matchups, I like arranging my moves in, like, semi-color order. With, like, my stab moves are at the top. Unless it's, like, with my Rotom, where because Rotom basically will always have, aside from 1 week, it had 2 fire moves, Will-O-Wisp and Overheat, because it's Rotom Heat. So it had Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Heat, Overheat, and Will-O-Wisp. I would do Thunderbolt, Overheat, Will-O-Wisp, Thunderbolt, Overheat, Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp. So it's like, you know, Fire Electric, 2 stab, 2 status. I like arranging them like that. I did, like, a bit of a similar thing with my Togekiss when it came to its attacking moves and status moves. Or I put the same attack bonuses at the top, sort of like a color fade. I like organizing them like that. It makes it look nice. Yeah, I mean, I know everyone has like their own little like battle things. Like I know some people, like, they don't really order their moves a certain way. They just plop it in there wherever it is. But I like ordering things a little bit. The status with the non-stab at the top. Really? Interesting. Yeah, my friend Bob Dole, he actually organizes it the opposite way, where it's stab at the top, status at the bottom. Yeah, stab at the top, then non-stab damage moves, then stabs into the bottom. Or like if it's a Pokemon that like is mostly using status moves, like it uses the status move at the top. What do you think about team? Team is now Crocodile, Haxorus, Unpheasant, Zekrom, Zvilas, Samurai. I like it. I'm noticing a lot of physical attackers and a lot of dragon types. I respect it. Really. Honestly, that's really not too far off what I would probably have for a team. Honestly. I just go full force, brute force aggression, punch things in the face and destroy them. I love it. I'm simple. But like, it's hard to argue when damage gets the job done in a main story playthrough. Hey, we're getting raided by Al! Disaster Gaming, Ace Trainer Al, Rizel Mutant, Hero Plays, Omar, how are you guys doing? Because please go grab Ace Trainer Al's link. You guys have been, thank you for all the raids today. We've been like getting these like raid bombed into oblivion. How are you guys doing? It is indeed another raid. What were you doing over on your end, Al? How is everything doing? Welcome in, Wolf Linux. Thank you guys. We just got raided by Foos, after getting raided by Shining Umbreon. Oh, thank you very much, Star. Thank you very much. Almost forgot, I don't know. Nice, Wolf. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Yeah, how is it going, Al? We doing some prep? I'm doing very well, very well, Hero. I'm doing very, very well. Mostly because all of you nice, wonderful people out there. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Ocarina of Time. Where are you up to right now, Al? Beat the fight. You beat Volvagia. So you acquired the hammer. Honestly, the Volvagia fight, when I did that in my playthrough of Ocarina of Time, that took me so freaking long to do. For those who don't know, I did Ocarina of Time as a recorded series. I didn't do it as a streaming series. And there was probably like 2 hours worth of footage that just got completely cut out. Because it's like, it's... Whenever I do boss fights, and I lose the boss fight, and then I have to get back up to where I was again, I basically just do not talk. So it's like, I'm not gonna keep in like half an hour of just me being quiet, so I just cut everything out. Yeah, it's literally just whack-a-mole of Doom. It's just bonk, 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 bonk. It's, when you learn the pattern, it's really, really fun. But when you don't know the pattern, it's a little infuriating. Just wait till you get to Bongo Bongo. You are not going to enjoy when you get to that one, Al, that you're doing it live. Because Bongo Bongo, when I got there, that was probably almost 3.5 hours of cut footage for that one. Because I kept losing that fight. That was a hard fight. About some calculations. I'm not the most sure about Annihilate. I've been looking at things like Annihilate does look very good, but the only thing about Annihilate I'm a little worried about is, well, it's twofold. It's now they have given Typhlosion a special ghost move. They've given it Shadow Ball, which is actually a new move that it has not gotten in previous games. It gets Shadow Claw. But the big one is if it does have a fire move that can burn it, that immediately just decapitates a physical attacker's damage output. So, it's one that I could possibly see Leah doing well, but also I think it's going to be a bit of a risk. Yeah, thank you very much, Hero. Thank you. King Dadango Valvagia's boss music. Honestly, there's so much great music in just, like, Ocarina of Time. Like, keep in mind, when I played Ocarina of Time, that was a blind playthrough that I did. I've played very few Legend of Zelda games. In fact, Ocarina was actually the third Legend of Zelda game I actually played. The first two were Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild being the first one I ever played and completed, and Skyward Sword being the second one I ever played and completed. So basically, I am not the most familiar with Zelda stuff, which is why the fourth game I've actually been playing of the Legend of Zelda series is actually Link to the Past, which is a present ongoing blind series, which is going to be entertaining. It's fun. Arbolova is making Talonflame Stamroost. Talonflame. Thoughts on Jack Black stealing Noriaki Kakyoin's drip? Wait, that's Jack Black? No. No. How did he steal Kakyoin's outfit? How did he yoink the outfit off Kakyoin? Explain, Jared. You have some explaining to do. Oh, it's a very good game. I've enjoyed it. I mean, Ocarina of Time was also like a very special game for me when it came to completing it. Like, I highly recommend you guys check out the Ocarina of Time series. It was a series that, you guys don't know this, but about 4 years ago, we actually tried recording Ocarina of Time. And I actually could not record it worth a damn. So we ended up scrapping that series. And then last year, we resumed it. And like we restarted from the beginning. And I really, really like the way it turned out. Also, Mudkip, I just sent it to you now. If I have to be cursed to see this, I'm sharing it with you so you can share in my pain. So you will share the pain. Three dots. All right, that's honestly, Mudkip, I'm not surprised by that reaction. Yeah, no, if I have to be cursed to see that, Mudkip, you have to see it too. All right. Share my pain. Suffer with me. Suffer with me. That's you have made a mistake, Mudkip. You have made a mistake. Mistakes have been made. Ah, dang. Suffer with me. Really want to go replay Black Ops 2 now. Really want to replay Black Ops 2. Eventually we can play Black Ops series. I've been debating, like, when do I want to do, like, the Black Ops series? Because, like, I really want to play zombies again, and I feel like it could do well on the channel. We all make a mistakes. Exactly. Mistakes are what happens when you cook on the grill wrong. Get it? Mistake. You don't want to know, Starfall. It's better if you don't know, if you're not cursed with the knowledge. It's a very cursed meme. Hope Harem doesn't try and force my counter. No, that's not in this game. That's not in this game. Fortunate at honestly, I enjoyed it, B. Because I think playing it blind really did make the experience a lot better, because if I knew about the game, like, knew things about the game going in, I don't think it would have been as special of a journey, I guess is the best way of putting it. Because that's kind of what made the game more memorable, was going in and just not really knowing anything. Okay, basically, Starfall, if you want to see it, ! Discord, and then go to the meme channel, Meta's Purgatory, on the Discord server, and it will be one of the messages from Jared. You'll know it when you see it. You will know when you see it. But don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't warn you. You have been warned. Oh, there you go. I'm sending to my friend. Oh boy. Also, I'm sending that to Ash. I want to see Ash's reaction to this. I know she knows JoJo. I'm not waiting. Oh, Ash responded. I'm sorry, Ash. It was immediate. The immediateness of that reaction is just zero delay. I don't know if Landon has seen it. I don't know if Landon's seen it yet. I'm sending it to Landon. I have to see this. I have to see Landon's reaction. You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned that, Mudkip. Oh, this is too good. Also, Ash, that is very much like pinned comment material right there. Oh man, that was great. This is why I love you guys. You guys are great. I just sent it to Landon, Mudkip. I just sent it. Now it's time to wait to hear the reaction from Landowski. Ah, Landon. Honestly, like I'm so glad that you guys convinced me to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, because it wouldn't be super funny. It's Jared. The cursed meme is in. Yeah, the channel is called Memes Meta's Purgatory. I'm pretty sure Jared posted it in there. Yes, there it is. Yes, it's the most recent one posted by that guy, Jared. I'll call you. Okay, Ash. Okay, Landon just responded. It's just broad. I'm sorry, but it was too funny, Ash. You respect the joke. You respect the quality of the joke, right? It was all in good fun, Ash. I think Landon had plans with his brother or something. He just sent it back. He just replied. Yeah. Again, if I have to be cursed to see it, I will make sure you guys are also cursed to see it, so you share the pain. No, I think what you mean, Starfall, is what in Zawaldo, not what in the world. I'll see myself out. Okay, not really. I'm back. I love you guys. Honestly, I have no idea what I would be doing if it wasn't for you guys right now. You guys are an absolute barrel of laughs. Trying to think of other fans I know of. I'm sorry, Ash. You know I have to take the easy jokes. So what you're saying is, Ash, stops with the Joe jokes. You walked right into that one, Ash. You know you absolutely walked into that one. Okay, Starfall, have a good night. Thank you. See, you can at the very least appreciate a bad pun. Because again, puns are not measured in laughs of the audience. They are measured in the groans of the audience. I'm sorry, Ash, but it was too easy of a joke to make. Come on, Al. You know puns are what sustain me. They are my life force. They keep me alive. Probably shouldn't have said that with Mudkip around now that I'm thinking out loud. Thank you very much, Starfall. We do need the luck for the shiny. Get off this stage. There's no stage here. There's just chair. Mudkip, there is no stage. There is only chair. There is only the chair. And that's going in the out of context bin. Exactly, V. You understand. Pandora's box. Exactly. I learned from Chugga Conroy. That's why I make puns. Hey, Twisted J, how you doing? How is Twisted J doing? It's been a good long time. Hope you've been well. Oh, I need to get a drink of water. I'm actually kind of getting like really, really warm from like that absolute giggle fest. There we go. We went yoink. Well, the chair is mine, Mudkip. This is my chair. You decide. I love that song managed to hit iTunes Top 1. Wait, what song? Wait, what song, Jared? I'm doing well. I'm doing very, very well. Like, you need to explain what song. Yoink. Yoink is very entertaining. I still love how Ricky's skill in Xenoblade Chronicles is just called Yoink. Like, for those who haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles, one of the characters, their name is Ricky. Their main skill they have is to steal items from enemies. And the skill is just called Yoink. It's great. Right, you are master of all chairs and lemons, Mudkip. That is a true statement. That is a true fact. Jack Black song from the Mario movie. That's a photo of him in the meme from the music video for Bowser. Wait, that's supposed to be Bowser? I guess I can kind of see it. Oh, now I see it. Yes, I see it now. The spiky cuffs. I see the Bowser theming now. Yeah, I can see that. It took a few seconds to set in. Jack Black's song. Jack Black has a song. like, I really only knew Jack Black from, like, disclaimer, the movie is the best way to experience a song at the first. Fair enough. Like, I was gonna say, there's really only, like, 3 things I know Jack Black from before this, and, like, one of them was the Peter Jackson King Kong movie from, like, 2005, which, this was before you met me, Jared, but, like, that movie terrified the shit out of me, because I saw that movie in theaters with my dad and with my brother, and there is one scene where if you have seen that movie, you will know why it gave me nightmares for weeks. I knew it from obviously, like, Kung Fu Panda, because that was, like, exploded everywhere for, like, however many years that was going on for. And then School of Rock was, like, the other thing that I knew. Bowser, Serbo from Dollar Plan. Hey, Bowser, that's Serbo. I have no idea what that even means, Mudkip. Really? He's a musician? I did not know about that. The only association between Jack Black and music I knew of was School of Rock. And, like, that was it. And the only reason I knew about that was from, like, a class trip in, like, a middle school where we went to Washington, D.C., and it was one of the movies that was on the bus, because, like, it was, like, the Greyhound bus, so they have, like, the movie screens, and that was one of the movies that was on. That's the only reason I know that movie exists. Because, like, basically, if it isn't a kaiju movie, or if it isn't Marvel, I basically don't know it exists when it comes to movies, being truthful. Because, like, I'm a video game guy. If I recall, he teamed up with Jack Gray. Wait, is Jack White an actual, like, musician? Are you actually serious? Are you joking with that, Jared? Because that sounds like a you joke. And I can't tell if you're joking or if you're actually being serious. He is full of jokes on it, but they're very talented. I can kind of see that. Like, it sounds like DC and Marvel. They are. Like, honestly, Twisted J, I've been, like, going and back and rewatching, like, the animated DC series from the original Batman the Animated Series from, like, the 90s up until, like, Justice League Unlimited and Teen Titans, and it's like, freaking heck, those series went so hard. We didn't deserve them. I'm still super sad that they didn't incorporate Teen Titans, because, like, originally, Teen Titans was supposed to be part of the DC animated universe. They just never included it, and I'm super, super sad. I have seen Kirby with teeth, Mudkip. I have seen teeth, Kirby. Yeah, head back up. You're sending me that. You are sending me that, Jared. I don't know. Like, I mean, I knew a few people whose last name was White, so I can, like, I knew a few people whose, like, last names were a number of colors. Like, I knew someone whose name was Green. I knew someone whose name was Black. Someone whose name was White. I think those are the only ones. Maybe there's a few other ones. Brown. I mean, well, Brown's like, yep, right there. Speaking of Teen Titans, people just hated Teen Titans Go. Pretty much the reason why people don't like Teen Titans Go is, large part is, like, the audience who like Teen Titans. Like, you gotta remember, the audience for Teen Titans was because the series was a lot darker, was because it was a, like, Teen Titans wasn't really, like, a cartoon series in the same vein as other cartoons at the time. It was a cartoon series that was made for, like, older audiences, a bit in the same vein as something like Star Wars The Clone Wars was, where as Ben 10, Alien Force Ultimate Alien went onwards, more for them, to a degree like Avatar, Last Airbender, series like that, where, you know, kids can watch them and kids can be entertained, but more mature audiences can understand more of what is like going on in the series more. And that was like the appeal of like the darker series was like the appeal. And, you know, turning, you know, Teen Titans, you know, a very dark, very serious series with the same voice actors, same everything, is making like a lighthearted reboot that's like doesn't really take itself seriously and feels to those older audiences like it is a little bit disrespectful to the characters that they've grown attached to for so long, is where the sort of distance happens. Like, again, this is a series that was very dark, very serious, and in a lot of cases, really, really screwed up. And then kind of turning it into very light and fluff stuff, it's two things that really don't mix well. You know, I mean, I'm a big fan of the older series. Like, I liked how dark that series went. Although the early seasons only did degrade every time. Yeah, I mean, one of the other things that kind of did cheese off a lot of the artists was, like, they had in, like, one episode of Go, was, like, they animate in the old style of the series where it's, like, you know, the OG Teen Titans, like, calling for help. And, like, oh yeah, you know, season 6 is coming. And it never materialized. And it was like baiting the hook with false hope really did not do any favors for like the reputation it had with the older audiences. Like, the older audience was like, oh, they're making season 6. They're making another season of Teen Titans. This is great. And when they found out, you know, they're not actually doing that, it was just to like get all the audiences to be interested in Teen Titans Go. Just keep following in case it happened. It was like the greatest betrayal of all time. And it's they really have not been the nicest to. A lot of what they have done is almost like rubbing it in the face of the older audiences that it isn't coming back, which is kind of one of the reasons why the older audiences don't like Teen Titans Go, is like they are at times being a little they are deliberately being disrespectful to the older fans. Gotta do a thing. Also, the Robin was like, when I was younger, I liked Beast Boy more. Now it's like, no, I like Robin more. Robin's great. Yeah, like the guy who VA'd Robin did great with VAing him in the original Teen Titans. Honestly, like, the voice work for all the original Titans was great. Hey, Carl, how you doing? Super for a lot of people, just want to make sure I've been... Oh yeah, trust me, it probably wasn't a nightmare. But that is all of our Oshawott eggs. 690 Oshawott eggs down. Yeah. Alright, so we are now back to shiny hunting for ESPEON. Where's our ESPEON? There you go. There we go. So let's get set up for our next shiny hunt for ESPEON. Get our sandwich going. And depending on how things go, this might be actually where we end off. Because I have no more eggs. Robin and Beast Boy were... like, he was a goofball. Like, I liked Beast because he was a goofball. Now it's like, you know, I like the more serious nature of Robin as a character. Well, it's like Cyborg's great. Like, all the characters in Teen Titans were great. Like, this is kind of my favorite thing about that series. They call Slade, not Deathstroke, because they thought, oh, you know, Deathstroke is too scary of a name to have on, you know, a cartoon series. And yet, they somehow made just, like, the alias Slade more terrifying which is just damn impressive. I love it. They did so much good work on that series. Also, another series I've actually been like rewatching is, I don't know if you guys remember this, but like Danny Phantom. And I'm just noticing like, yeah, there's like so many episodes of Danny Phantom and Teen Titans. Like watching those series back to back, you notice like, yep, that's basically the same episode. That's basically the same episode as that. That's basically the same episode as that. That's basically the same episode as that. And it's like, I wonder what was happening here. I wonder what they're referencing. Like the best part is that they were on two different networks. Like one was Cartoon Network, one was Nickelodeon. And there's some episodes that are suspiciously similar. They're very, very suspiciously similar. And it's like, maybe they had the same thought line? Maybe they didn't? Kid Flash was crazy. Like, the thing is, the entire episode, Lightspeed, of Teen Titans was there just to establish this is why Kid Flash is not part of the main group. Because he is so ridiculously and absurdly overpowered, he would just completely joke everything. So, like, the entire episode is there to show he is that overpowered. I mean, also, it's kind of like a bit of like a take that to like a Justice League, because if you watch the Justice League cartoon and Justice League Unlimited, you realize they really didn't do a whole lot with the Flash in that series. He really just like runs around a lot. He doesn't use his powers like to the entire full degree good. So it's like, yeah, no, like this is like how absurdly, like there's like the one scene in like Justice League, maybe it was Unlimited, maybe I think it was regular Justice League, where like the Flash runs around the entire world. No, it's Unlimited, where the Flash runs around the entire world, punches Lex Luthor, then he runs around the world again, punches Lex Luthor again, and he just keeps doing that so many times until he literally punches the Brainiac out of Lex Luthor. And it's just like, that is the only time he goes like full tilt Flash crazy, just all the way use of his powers. And then, like, yeah, no, I can never go that fast again because I'll just get sucked up into the Speed Force. Like, I freaking love what they did with that series. I was like, I was like, those series just go so hard. They just did so much good with those series. Because, like, there's all, this is like one of the things, like, a benefit with hindsight is they never had like an overarching story idea for like, oh yeah, everything is gonna build the Cadmus and everything like that. They never intended like for that to happen. They just were able to link things up together in the right way to actually get it to all make sense. It's just, it still kind of makes me laugh, but also kind of kills me on the inside that DC could do the amazing overarching story work they could have back in like the cartoons, and they can't do it today with their movies. It's like, how did you get from like dominating superhero media with like the last 3 decades to just completely dropping the ball at every turn? How do you mess up this badly? What went wrong? Yes, Foxy, we are shiny hunting ESPEON. We are shiny hunting ESPEON. Hello, Flash, but sometimes I wish DC didn't make him so OP. DC would use it. Yeah, but that's kind of the thing. Like, the Flash is stupid, broken, and OP, and they can't really. Cause again, the Flash when you really think about it, is probably one of the strongest characters there are in the entire DC universe, because if you are moving at just under light speed and you punch something, again, the infinite mass punch is literally punching someone with a dwarf star in terms of like how much mass effectively it has. So like again, he can literally do everything. The comics make a character OP works. Yeah, like it because this is one of the things about movies. With movies and with cartoons, you can have with cartoons. There's a lot more suspension of disbelief. Is one thing that I'm actually realizing, because I was rewatching like the X-Men animated series, like the various X-Men cartoons, and you know, things like Cyclops' optic blast, you know, Storm flying around, and a lot of the other stuff. It's a little more believable to see, you know, in animated form. But, you know, bringing that onto, like, the big screen with live-action people, it can look a little janky at times. So it's like, it's one of the reasons I feel some pieces of media probably should only stay, like, animated. Because, like, again, your suspension of disbelief is stronger when something's animated than, you know, when it's what, you know, practical realistic effects. So when someone, like, it looks realistic, it can look a little janky. Take Avengers, Age of Ultron, for example. You got Ultron, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver. The comic, Age of Ultron is actually from... It's an actual age. It's called... Yep. Well, to be fair, Scarlet Witch's powers are, like, ridiculously inconsistent. Sometimes it's magic, sometimes it's, like, other stuff. So, they again, kind of gotta fudge the numbers a little bit. Kind of gotta fudge those numbers a little bit. But yeah, Age of Ultron is like, no, it's like 2 weeks. If that. Age of Ultron, more like 2 weeks of Ultron. Like, I mean, I enjoy the movie. I enjoy Age of Ultron. We have not gotten any shinies yet, Foxy. At least on stream. Off stream, I actually got a shiny, Krogunk while setting up. So, and the Krogunk actually is in our party right now. So, technically today I have gotten a shiny. Don't forget, there was, I know, like, again, same kind of thing. Live action for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It doesn't work for the same reason. Quicksilver was faster than the guy to keep up with. Now in the movie, Ultron was there for like 2 weeks. Scarlet Witch got nerfed to oblivion. Yep, died to a couple of bullets. Yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, they kind of needed to kill off Quicksilver for legal reasons. So, this is where, like, the behind-the-scenes dealing between Marvel and Fox kind of came to rear its ugly head. Fox was going to be using Quicksilver for, like, of course, you know, the Fox X-Men movies. And they weren't going to be using Scarlet Witch. And, you know, Marvel, like, agreed. Like, okay, we can use Scarlet Witch, but we won't use Quicksilver. So, like, they kind of had to do that. That's why if you watch, X-Men Days of Future Past, you know, you see Quicksilver with his little sister, and, you know, she's got, you know, red hair. She's a reference to Scarlet. She's supposed to be a reference to the Scarlet Witch, but, you know, they don't name of the character because, you know, it's not supposed to be. It's a reference to them, but it isn't the character. You know, it's like they make that reference even though they're not going to use the character. So that's kind of why they had to kill off Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, because, like, they're not using the character, and they just need to kind of get him out of the way. They needed to kill him off, but they could have done what they did with the Hulk, just put him away for a few years until they get the rights. Well, I think it was less of a right, because it was an agreement both of them had, because the rights to the X-Men is complicated, because, well, the rights to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are very, very awkward, because in the comics, they're mutants. Or not, because shenanigans these days, where they're not mutants. It's weird. But they're part of the X-Men, or the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, just as much as they're part of the Avengers. So, like, they basically agreed, you get one, we get one. Because, remember, this was still at a time where, like, Fox was still really doing well with their X-Men stuff. I mean, again, most of that was down to freaking Wolverine, let's be honest. And it really wasn't looking like they were going to be able to acquire the rights to the X-Men anytime soon. So they kind of had to make that deal. But that's one of the reasons I actually really love what they did with WandaVision, where they actually bring in that Quicksilver from the Fox movies. that was a great one. It's like, oh yeah, it's a great gag. So they made the end of the MCU. Oh no, apparently she's not. Apparently not, but it's weird. Like, again, well, that's because now they have the rights. I'm honestly thinking they just said mutant as a way of like, oh, it's actually the Inhumans. Because for those who don't know, basically the Inhumans were almost like made as a replacement for the X-Men in Marvel. Like, they made the Inhumans when it was like at a time where they couldn't really do as much with the X-Men. So they were basically like, oh yeah, they have like the same power set to a degree as the X-Men, but they're not the X-Men. It's weird. The whole history of how Marvel came up with a lot of its stuff is just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, which is why some of the stuff gets a little convoluted at times. I think that's probably what they're gonna do with it. I don't know, but I'm fairly certain they're gonna be going in that direction. Because it's like, because didn't they have like Inhuman series that got like canned like 3 episodes in? I remember there was supposed to be like an Inhumans TV show. It never went anywhere. So maybe they are gonna make her a mutant because like, well, the Inhuman series just died. But it's like, what? I don't know. It's very weird. I've noticed that Marvel's been a little more than erratic with its recent series, so its writing's been inconsistent to a degree. I mean, I enjoyed She-Hulk, but the writing was a little, I would say, not like to the standards. Like, I enjoyed Hawkeye. Really loved Hawkeye. Loki was interesting, but Loki did feel a little fillery. She-Hulk was very different. Wasn't the biggest fan of Moon Knight. The writing of the series. WandaVision I loved. That was a great series. But I've noticed some of the writing's been like, it hasn't been as consistently good. And then, you know, Thor: Love and Thunder, not a fan of that one. But yeah, it's wonky, is the best way of saying it. Don't worry, Mudkip. Don't worry, Mudkip. I'm pretty sure your brain was already goo. Your brain was already goo, Mudkip, just like mine is. So what was everyone's favorite MCU TV series? Well, like Disney Plus series. I liked Hawkeye. Mostly, like, Hawkeye is my favorite of the MCU characters. Yeah, I know. Not the most shared opinion, but I like Hawkeye. I really liked him. I think it was very entertaining. I love how this just turned like to MCU discussion to stream. No, my brain was Taco Bell before. I mean, isn't goo what Taco Bell's stuff is made of? So it's a distinction without a difference, Mudkip. A distinction without a difference. Inhumans are interesting. Like, I would like to see more on, like, the Inhumans are, like, the only thing of Marvel I don't really know that much about. I know that, like, they're alien experiments that were kind of messed with, and they react with some special rocks to give them their powers. But then, like, I just don't really know about them. I want to know more about them because, like, they're interesting. There's interesting things there. I just need to see what are the interesting things going to be. Have you seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the Inhumans have? I actually haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really want to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But wasn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like decanonized or something? Because I remember when they started making the series on Disney Plus, like all the like previous Marvel series were like decanonized or something like that. Which is why like people freaked the hell out when the guy who plays Daredevil appeared in Spider-Man, you know, catching the brick. Matt Murdock's actor appeared in Spider-Man. Yeah, I knew it's a connection to the Kree. I just didn't remember, like, the name of the aliens. I knew it was like, okay, they're the aliens from Captain Marvel's thing. I just remember what the name of them is. Yeah, again, Marvel continuity, kind of a spaghetti mess. Which is kind of why I love watching lore videos on Marvel, because, like, yeah, this is the connection thread to this thing, to this thing, to this thing, to this thing, this thing, this thing, this. Like, I can literally watch that stuff for hours. I have watched it for hours. It's very, very entertaining. That's actually a good amount of... It's actually a very good spot to hunt ESPEON. I should message this to Athena. Got a good spot to shiny hunt ESPEON. Found a good spot to shine. Found a good spot to shine hunt ESPEON. There we go. I hate that they deconfirmed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but at the same time, it can be absorbed. What? Yeah, like, all of that roost is all going over my head. All I remember is, like, it was, like, decanonized or something. Which I was, like, I really, really liked seeing that Coulson was back, because Coulson's great. Okay, where am I? Okay, let me just take a picture of that. This is outside that I think I have. There you go. Just had to send that screenshot to Athena because I messaged her like, yeah, I have a thing. This is outside the outbreak. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I heard very good things about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, I heard that it was like a very good series. I know that Ghost Rider was in it. Is that right? Because, like, one of my friends said, like, yeah, Ghost Rider was in it, and, like, I'm sad that they probably aren't going to bring Ghost Rider into the MCU because they did Ghost Rider there, and I was like, we don't know. They could bring Ghost Rider back. I do hope, though, if they bring Ghost Rider back, they have to get Nicolas Cage to do Ghost Rider. We need another Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. We need Nick Cage Ghost Rider. Like, say what you will about Nick Cage. He did a fantastic job as Ghost Rider. What's one of the best parts? Wait, who's Tulip again, Mudkip? Who's Tulip? I don't remember who they are. Is that isn't that the psychic gym leader? Because if so, yes. If so, you are allowed. Like, again, he was very entertaining as the Ghost Rider. It's like I wish we could get that again. I mean, just like I'm really hoping that if they do bring the X-Men back into the MCU, I really hope we get Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Like, that more than anything is my one, or we get Michael Fassbender Magneto again. Like, that more than anything is my one big wish that they do with the MCU, is we get Michael Fassbender Magneto back. And we also get, like, Professor X, you know, played by Patrick Stewart, he's great. Which is why, like, because I remember when I saw Multiverse of Madness in theaters, and, like, the little X-Men animated series audio jingle came on right when Professor X came in. The entire theater just erupted in cheers when they did that. Because, like, no one thought they would ever have that. And, like, nope. No, they have the theme song in there. And I love it. I remember like I was watching the cartoon like online like a few like years ago. Where, like that theme song goes hard. That theme song goes super hard. Also, apparently, like Marvel is gonna be finishing the X-Men animated series from the 90s, because that series was like ended abruptly, and they didn't finish it. And I think that Disney is gonna go and like. They are going to finish that series. Was also made as a Shield. And fun fact, Deathlock is one of the favorite characters. Would love to see in the MCU. Isn't Deathlock the, like, zombie cyborg thing? Where it's like they take a dead body as cybernetics and, like, bring him back to life, but, like, again, they're a robot. And they're not really alive, they're just, like, a living... They're a zombie cyborg, aren't they? Again... Marvel stuff's a little confusing, so not sure I'm 100% right on that. Could be wrong. I love the Illuminati in Multiverse. I would like to see a hologram Stark instead of Captain Marvel, or reference Fantastic Four with Chris Evans. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not surprised they didn't do that with Chris Evans, because... let's just say the Fantastic Four was almost the reason we didn't get Chris Evans Captain America. He did not have a good experience with the Fantastic Four, which is why he was against actually joining the MCU. We have Robert Downey Jr. to thank for convincing Chris Evans to join the MCU. But apparently the guy who played Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness was like the dream cast like people had for him. And a lot of people think they did that to like test the waters of like, would people want to see this guy as Reed Richards like in more stuff? Even the comics, but our new Shield, dude, killed the Hydra, should absorb the serum, cyborg power up into him, and later joined Shield to take down Hydra. Ah, yes, Hydra. Like, yeah, that's one thing that I remember about a lot of like the Spider-Man animated TV show. Like, I think it was like Ultimate Spider-Man. Everything just went back to Hydra. It was like, oh yeah, bad guy, they came from Hydra. Bad guy, they came from Hydra. Bad guy, they came from Hydra. Even if they have nothing to do with Hydra in the actual, like, comics. Like, yeah, Doc Ock was working with Hydra. It's like, everything just goes back to Hydra. I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's the big thing in the movies at the time. It's the easy thing to do. Because you gotta, you know, condense villain origin stories for things, obviously. Because like, they have, like, 2 origins of Carnage in that series. The first Carnage was just, like, the Venom suit attaching to Spider-Man. Something happening with it. And then the second one was, like, actual Carnage. Still love that show. Still a great show. Most swept Tulip. Yeah, Tulip's team's not good. Her team is not very good. Did her Spathra use Lumina Crash on Lurantis and it got a contrary special defense boost? Please tell me that is exactly what you did, Mudkip, because if so, actual brilliant move right there. I mean, Lurantis can sweep stuff very, very easily. It's freaking Lurantis. It's terrifying. Lurantis is really good. Little sad that they took away superpower from Lurantis. But it makes sense. I mean, again, like, superpower contrary Lurantis was a little bonkers. Just a little bonkers. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that no one's done contrary skill swap to, like, close combat. Actually, ooh, let me DM someone that. Let me DM that to a thing. Brainwave. That was a brainwave. Just spam X scissor. Ah, that also works. You're right. Well, doesn't she have like 2 psychic fairy types? Or does she only have 1? Or does she only have Gardevoir? Then again, Gardevoir has like negative physical bulk. So probably gonna take that well to begin with. Just spammed X scissor. That's a very you thing. That's a very sound like you. Five minutes left. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be our last sandwich for the day. If we don't get the shiny on this, then we are going to call it a night. Well, then again, we're just going to be calling it a night in general. So, I hope we get the shiny, but I'm not going to be surprised if we don't. But I do at least know for the future that this is a good spot to find ESPEON. Because, like, there's no Slowpoke up here, so there's no spawn interference. So I have gained valuable knowledge for a future hunt. Yeah, Gardevoir is paper thin. Physically. It's just rip. And it's gone. And that is what an Oko looks like. What was the level gap? Were you like about the same level as Tulip, or was she like really underleveled for you? Because like, I mean, Lurantis has like a good stat line. But I didn't think it was quite that high to get a neutral, non-stab one-shot. Unless you got a crit. Which I could see that. I could see that. Okos are fun, though. No Shrexpeon, though. Very sad there was no Shrexpeon. That's still a great way, Shrexpeon. Because it is, it's green like Shrek. It is the perfect nickname for it. There's so many of them here. So freaking many, Espeon. Again, future days, we're just going to come back here and shiny hunt it. So I have valuable future knowledge for future shiny hunts. Yeah, you're over-leveled. You are over-leveled compared to her. That makes sense. Yeah, I was like, Because I was trying to think, like, okay, same level. No. You are noticeably higher level than her. But again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Going to be recording the Typhlosion counter guide tonight. Because I do have to go back and fix a few things, because I did realize, wait, there's a few moves that I didn't realize it got, that it does get. So we gotta go back and change a few things, run a few new number calculations. But that guide is probably gonna be out Thursday, or Friday, depending on the day that it goes up. And we should be ready to bash those Typhlosion Terror Raids in, because I think that this is gonna be a bit of an easy one. I think it's going to be easier, it's going to be a lot easier than Samurott. But it's going to be a little more difficult than Decidueye. You know, considering that Decidueye was the easy one and Samurott was the hard one, I think that's okay. You know, that's like a decent thing. Samurott was like freaking... It gets half of all typings in existence in terms of moves. It's terrifying. You don't get shiny this sandwich. Show me the most recent shiny. The most recent shiny was the freaking Croak we got today. I can show you that one. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I think Athena's going to appreciate that the ESPEON location is here. Can't remember right on here. There you go. Right on. Again, even if we don't get the ESPEON today, we now know where a good ESPEON shiny hunt spot is. So that way, again, in the future, we can just come back here and grind out some shiny hunts here. Because again, future hunts, shiny living decks will be satisfied. Okay. One minute and 10 seconds left. We will get maybe like 1 or 2 passes left. Alright, you got it, Voxy. You got it. I'm remembering my my ESPEON I had in the Soul Silver Let's Play. Ultraviolet the ESPEON. It was good. It was a pain in the ass to get that thing evolved. But man, that thing was good later on in the game. Never Mudkip. Never. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy. Alright. Pretty sure our shiny sandwich is going to end right after this. 7 seconds. We still got a few seconds left. There is a chance. No, not at all. Alright, come on. Sparkle Power, don't fail me now. Alright. For a second, I thought that Psyduck was a shiny Azumarill, and I got really excited, and then was just absolutely let down. But that is all, everyone. Alright, Foxy. This is our most recent shiny. Grogunk was acquired today. There we go. And if you guys haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Let's go find a raid target. Let's go find something to go raid. I would like to find someone. Sleep block of Pokemon sleep. Don't think ever, Mudkip. That's not how it works. That is not really how a sleep block works. We'll get the shiny ESPEON on a future day. We're going to go raid Brandon R24. He's doing a Generation 9 starter Masuda hunt. So let's give him a raid. I'll see you guys next time. Let's rock and roll up. Alright. This is going to be fun. This is gonna be good. Tomorrow we're gonna be streaming a little earlier today. He'll happily slaughtering emu. Don't worry, we only raid Jakey when we go to break Jakey.